guys, this is Redo. I was having a little bit of trouble with just doing the video cameras and everything. It's just trying to get this together, the Phantom Hitchhiker. Okay, so last week I tried to do the video stuff. It just didn't turn out. Enough said of that. It didn't turn out well. I'm going to do it again. And what am I doing here? Okay, I'm doing the one on May Doria and the Phantom Hitchhiker. That's what I want to keep it. I'm trying to keep it as short and precise as possible. I'm long-winded. Special thanks to Calvin Blackwell. Calvin, thanks so much for all the information for F. May Doria or Fannie Mae Doria, the Muskogee, Tulsa, and Pryor area. Just so much information to make your head spin. To do this for May Doria and the Phantom Hitchhiker of East Highway 20 or Haunted Highway 20, thank you so much. And here we go. So what we're going to be doing is one of my very favorite videos on May Doria or Oklahoma Urban Legends, May Doria and the Phantom Hitchhiker. My absolute favorite. Just because this story is amplified for generations, I think there's more to it. It just went from 1965 on to now. This is 2013 for me, still just looking into it. And what do we know? I want to give you the facts, what you can work with. I love the history. I love the supernatural side of it from a Christian's perspective. That's me. I love that. So I believe in the supernatural. I believe in angels and demons and all that. And I want to just go from just talking about this to May Doria and that experience and the neat things I found with all these facts, thanks to Kelvin. Okay, what do I know about F. May Doria and the basketball boy, Phantom Hitchhiker, Vanishing Hitchhiker of East Highway 20, story from Tulsa to Pryor Drive? A very famous story. It's on the Google. You can Google the web from several different sites, and they're similar. F. May Doria, Fannie, that being the F. Fannie May Doria, born August 30th, 1919, died April 30th, 1993. Born in Muskogee, Tulsa area. She was born in Muskogee. She lived in Tulsa, of course. Lived in Washington, D.C. for a while, worked for the Pentagon. Very smart young girl back then. Married in 1944 to Wayne Taylor of Muskogee, Washington, D.C. I guess they moved up there probably. Lived in a while in Wichita, Kansas. Returned in 1946 to Muskogee. Wayne, I believe, Mr. Taylor passed away in 59, that area. She probably was married in the 20s, and he passed away in their 30s or something. Fannie Mae Doria worked for Dow Chemical Company, supervisor in the steno section, retired in 1980. Very active member in her First Church of Nazarene in Muskogee. A vocalist, a singer, and her hobbies were, of course, genealogy. She loved it, they said. It was very helpful to her family in that area. Here's another neat fact. Her niece is Billy Brim of Billy Brim Ministries, Glorious Fellowship Church in Collinsville, and the Big Wide Prayer Mountain in Branson. That's wonderful. A wonderful preacher, wonderful lady. And I bet Billy Brim's got the real story. That's what I would believe. Because that stuff has been passed, and the family usually passes it around. So she was still had family in the Tulsa Pryor area, and I'm just going to leave it at that so they can be protected. But she is, the story, like I said, for your first time, if you never heard of the A Vanishing Hitchhiker story here, is of May Doria and the basketball boy, of what a lot of stories say, and they call the Phantom Vanishing Hitchhiker or Phantom Hitchhiker / that. I want to read a couple stories, two different versions. One from Tulsa Haunted Memories from Terry French White, and the other from a guy who calls himself Driftglass, runs a Haunted Oklahoma blog spot. Both are great. They really do well with their research. It's very informative, and I just like the way they put it together. But Terry French White, and I first got this, though, from the Mysterious Oklahoma, a book a long time ago. I still got the book from David Ferris, and he talked the same way about it, about this Oklahoma urban legend of the Phantom Hitchhiker. But I want to read Terry French's version because it's the best to me. I mean, she puts the story together well. She tells it like I've heard it. I mean, I've heard it several different ways. It's not as much information, but she puts it together just how I've heard it from past friends and growing up going down Highway 20. Okay, so here we go. Phantom hitchhiker driving along Highway 20 just east of Claremore. Drivers sometimes find themselves with unexpected company. It was the winter of 1965 when a woman named May Doria noticed a young boy hitchhiking along the side of the road. She offered the boy a ride, and he sat quietly in the back seat of her car until he approached the town of Pryor. As they were driving into the town, the boy asked to be let out of the car in an area where there were no houses. Confused, Doria asked the boy where he lived, but he simply replied, "Over there." She returned the look to see what he meant, and when she turned around to ask him again, he was gone. Doria immediately got out of the car, looked around, called out for him, but the child had seemed to simply vanish into thin air. 2 years later, Doria was talking to a man about her strange experience with the disappearing hitchhiker. He knew immediately where she was talking about. He had heard about the phantom hitchhiker being picked up along Highway 20 since 1936. No one knows the boy's name, his purpose, or what happened to him, but those who have encountered him say he is very real. There's still reports today of the phantom hitchhiker that haunts Highway 20, and it seems the boy has made himself a legend along the stretch of that lonely highway. And that was Terry French White's version. Highway 20, this is Driftglass version, and this is the one you hear a lot too. This is also, I go to Prairie Ghosts of Oklahoma has it as well, and it's pretty similar. There is said to be a stretch of haunted highway in Oklahoma where Highway 20 runs east of Claremore, Oklahoma. In the winter of 1965, a woman named May Doria offered a ride to a young boy who was hitchhiking along that road. Upon reaching Pryor, Oklahoma, the boy asked to be let out of the car in an area where there are no houses around. When she asked him where he lived, he simply replied, "Over there." She looked to see where he meant. She turned back. He was gone. She immediately stopped the car and looked around, thinking that he might have jumped out, but he was nowhere to be found. Ironically, about 2 years later, she was talking to a man with this strange experience and about it. When she mentioned this phantom hitchhiker, he knew immediately just where she was talking about. He had heard about that phantom boy being picked up along that Highway 20 since 1936, and that was Driftglass version. And the same version from About.com, a paranormal phenomenon exactly like Driftglass on Haunted Oklahoma. But I wanted to get those out there. Why? And because this is, when you read that story, when I read the story, I go over and over and over and read it again. I've got the books and the paper. What stuck out for me was in the winter of 1965. And also, she was a woman, about 40, 46 years. I've determined with the facts that, thank you to Kelvin, my friend, has helped so much with all these wonderful facts that he's given me. She was about 45, 46, and he was in the age of 11, 12. The basketball boy was 11 or 12, preteen. And she probably felt compelled because of winter. You think it'd be winter, cold, and he probably, what some people have said, is not really dressed properly for that time, the weather, or the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? It was just cold, cool. And he probably felt compelled and passionate, probably a younger fella. Back in it's still unheard of. Really, it's more dangerous. We don't do the hitchhiker things as much. We don't do the picking up as much, I don't think, anymore. Back then it was not as bad, but still unheard of for an older woman to do that to me. Even at 65 is almost unheard of, you know. But she was a Christian woman and probably doing, felt compelled. So I said that's what stuck out, and other things. What else stuck out, like I said, was the winter of 1965. That right there, and the time period. So I started, something just stuck with me, and I started researching the calendar year. That year of, I'll turn this around. I just fun stuff. I just draw stuff as I'm going over stuff. December of 1965. And lo and behold, I was thinking, why would she go see her? We do go visit her family, some more than others. But there's usually some special, a lot of times it's holidays or events or something. We do go on the weekends and stuff usually. I go see my family on the weekends. So winter starts December 21st to the 30th, it ends on the 31st, or it goes through the 31st, but that would have been 65. So you've got from the 21st to the 31st on the calendar, and it fell that year on Friday being Christmas Eve and Saturday being Christmas. So it fell on the Christmas holiday weekend, which is even neater. So I wrote this down. F. Maderia's Christmas holiday visitation in the winter of 1965 weekend of that area, of the Christmas holiday weekend, of this Phantom Hitchhiker, or I'm going to call him the Angel Unaware, because he was a visitor, obviously a messenger. And that's all, if you research the word angel is messenger in Hebrew, or kiddo. Hebrew 13:2 is that scripture, if you want to research it, says to entertain strangers, because unwittingly or unknowingly we entertain angels unaware sometimes. She was 45 or 46, Maderia being 45 or 46, visitation on the basketball boy hitchhiker being 11 or 12 or preteen on the winter of 1965 from Tulsa to Pryor on East Highway 20 to visit her sister on the Christmas holiday weekend area. December 21st, the winter being 21st to the 31st. So that's the facts I've got. The fact being, too, that the library has given me a 1965 copy of the phone book. Maderia's address at the time of 1965 was 931 C in Osage Drive, which maybe C is condo, I don't know. But that being over in the Tisdale, Wayman-Tisdale Drive area, off of 75, more towards the west. She ended up living over on 1303, thanks to Calvin for that information, her last homestead, 1303 North Vandalia, just a few miles from my mother. And great facts. I got some pictures of it. I'll include that in this video if I can. And I might just post that other video for you guys anyway. It just put her last homestead or something. It was just not a very good video. The sound and everything quality. But that's it. There's all my facts of the mysterious Oklahoma, Maderia, our Christmas holiday visitation of the Phantom Hitchhiker boy, basketball boy, of 1965, of the winter of 1965. That's what they all agree on, that it was the winter. From Tulsa to Pryor on East Haunted Highway 20, Tulsa to Pryor. This is old Jeff having fun, gathering more facts. And maybe somebody can take this further. I hope you can. If you want any of this information, I'll be happy to give it to you or email it to you. But there's Maderia, Fannie Maderia of Muskogee, Tulsa area. It would have been great to do an interview with her, to talk to her personally, but she's home where she's at now. She's home again. And maybe someday, like I said, I can get the real story from Billy Brett. Maybe she knows it if she feels like telling it. And thank you so much for listening, guys. Sorry this video's taking so long, but I'm going to go out and go to her other homestead, see if I can get those pictures and put them out as well, and put together a video hopefully today. Talk to you later. See you later. Bye.